Hello, my gorgeous Gemini, and welcome to your March general reading. Please do remember this is a general reading, so take what resonates and toss the rest. Also, check out your other signs in your chart in case they resonate with you more. However, if you do enjoy this, please do like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. It's free, it helps me grow my channel, and it helps it get to the other Geminis. So without further ado, let's get in here. This top row is indicative of what is kind of going on in your life right now. And right now is fluid in tarot. So could be a little bit back, could be going a week or two forward. And then this row is what is going to be happening possibly later in the month, maybe even into April. So let's go ahead and get started. Of course, we will be getting clarifiers for all of these, but let's jump right in here. So right now, the first card we have is the Six of Swords. And it is in reverse. So that lets me know that maybe you have had some strife, you've had some struggles, and you've had to feel like you have to get away from it. You have to just kind of, maybe you just need a break from it. Maybe you need to actually physically get away from it. Maybe you've had to break up and move away from somebody. But at this point, because it's in reverse, I feel like now you are kind of coming into yourself. You're kind of coming into a place where you are starting to feel a little bit more at peace, a little bit more calm, a little bit more stable, if you will. And so whatever it was that you were kind of dealing with, and it could have been a relationship, it could have been a financial burden you were struggling with, whatever it was, I do feel like it's kind of starting anyway to ease for you just a bit. So I don't feel like you're feeling that kind of tight grip of that stress and struggle as much as you were, in the past month or 2 months or however long it's been plaguing you. This is going into the second card here, which is the Four of Pentacles, and that's in reverse, which makes me think that perhaps, the Four of Pentacles is typically like, in some cases it can be like stinginess, but for me, the way I feel about this card right now, it's more so, especially with the first card, I feel it more like you've had fear of finances. So maybe you've been struggling with money. Maybe you've been struggling with job situations. Could be things like money's been really tight, or you've not had a job and you've had to go out and search for one, but now you've found one or you're getting started to one. But for whatever reason, I do feel like you are able to feel a little bit of financial relief right now, where maybe you don't feel like it's so tight, so bound up that you can't even spend an extra, dollar on a, drink if you need it or whatever. Like you just kind of are feeling a little bit of relief. Even if it's just temporary, you definitely feel like it's a little bit of relief. For some of you, it may be big relief. It may be like, okay, you were looking for a job. You actually had to go out and get a job, but now you've come into a job. You've started a job. Things are really starting to pick up. Now you're actually having money coming in. You can't really cut loose yet because you may have gotten behind and you have to pay the bills that you have, what have you, but you're on that move. You're moving up, you're moving forward, all of that kind of stuff. So that's fantastic for some of you. But either way, I definitely feel like that strain is lightening. That load is lightening, especially financially for most of you. And that goes right with this Six of Wands. It's a moving forward with opportunity. So it could be a financial opportunity, or for many of you, it could be like job opportunity. Maybe you got a raise at work. Maybe you got a new job. Maybe you got a new job opportunity. Maybe you got what's it called? Promotion. Hello, I'll get it. Promotion at work, whatever it may be. Maybe you found a new investment option that's actually starting to kind of pay off now. Hell, maybe your tax return came in, but it's allowing you to have options now to move forward in a way that is much more relaxed, much more comforting than what you've been going through for quite a while. So that's all good, all good. So moving forward here now, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. And that lets me know that you are working at it, okay? You're not resting, you're not relaxing, you're not calm. So again, this makes me think that maybe for many of you, you might be either because you have the finances now and because you're moving forward with opportunities, maybe you are starting to do new projects, new jobs. You know, if you're a self-employed person, a freelance person, that's starting to pick up. You know, you're starting to really get to work. So you are no longer in your resting phase. You are in your get out, make bank, start moving, start kicking butt phase. And again, that is all you know, kind of kicked off by you coming into whatever it is that's the catalyst for you being able to have some peace with funds. So I do feel like whatever it is you're working at it diligently. You know, you're getting the work, you're able to work. So if you've got a promotion, you're working away at it, making your money. You know, if you got you know, if you're a freelance person or you are you know, a subcontractor or self-contractor or whatever that kind of thing is, your work is starting to pick up. You're really starting to move and groove at it. And you know, with this being the 8 of Pentacles is your very next card, that is just continued telling me that you're continuing to plug away at that work. You're working, and you're starting to see that profit come in, and that's below where you don't have to worry quite as much about your money anymore. So again, I feel like everything is kind of moving in a great shift for you financially. You know, it's not happening overnight, to be frank. You know, like I said, time is fluid in tarot. So again, could be throughout March, could be throughout March, April, you know, but it is coming, and it's your working away. So you're progressing in the correct direction financially. So all things, good things. And it is definitely taking you away from this place where you were tense and tight and like stressed, struggling, holding on to every dime for dear life, just, you know, to make ends meet, okay? Because your last card is the 9 of Pentacles, which is a pretty darn good abundance card. So I do feel like you are going to hit a stride here where you are going to be able to have a point of good abundance, okay? You're going to be able to have some extra money to do what you want with, to enjoy, maybe take a vacation, maybe invest, maybe whatever you need to do, but it's going to get to that point. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it, okay? Because it's working, it's going to continue to work. Keep plugging away, and it's coming, okay? Your financial breakthrough is coming. You know, so I do feel like all in all, the best part here though is that the stress is going away from it. You don't feel worried anymore about, you know, the finances. Everything is coming through for you in an abundant way. So that's excellent. So let's get some clarification on these, see if we can get any more kind of information or advice, what have you. This is the psychic deck, so we'll see what we've got going on here. Authority, okay? So this tells me, because this is the coming back in card, and this tells me that you are taking back authority. So maybe you've been in a position where you've been working for somebody and you've decided to go strike out on your own. Maybe this is, you've been in a relationship that's kind of held you back financially, and you've decided, nope, I'm going to get out of this relationship and I'm going to go get my own job or get my own, you know, start working on my own. You know, I can make my money on my own, doing my own thing or whatever it may be, but you're taking back authority. And that's when things start to kind of take off. Okay. So you're going to have to assert yourself to make this happen. If you haven't already, you may have already done this. But if you haven't already, it is going to take you asserting your authority in some regard, whether it's at work and you say, listen, I want my promotion, I want my raise, or I'm leaving, you know, or it's something where you say, you know what, this 9 to 5 is not doing it, but I've got skills at this, this, and this. I'm going to strike out, you know, doing this on my own. I can make more money doing that. Or, you know, this relationship is holding me back. I'm paying for this person to live and you know, they're sucking me dry and not pulling their weight. I can go do this and make more money on my own, you know, whatever it may be. It's going to take you asserting your authority, but it's going to help. Trust me. Okay. So 4 of Pentacles in reverse, spiritual union. Again, I feel like once you don't have to worry as much about funds, okay, once you don't have to hold as tightly to that, I feel like you are going to be more spiritually freed up, okay? Now, that means that, does that mean that I see you instantly finding a significant other that is your spiritual soulmate? Not necessarily, okay? I don't necessarily feel that. It's possible, absolutely. But to be honest, I don't necessarily see that with this card. But I do feel like It will get you out to where you are able, because you're not holding so tight. You're not, struggling over everything. So you're not as stressed out. You're feeling better about yourself. When you feel better, you look better, all that kind of stuff. But also you're able to get out more when you have more funds and availability and opportunities. So when you are out and about, you meet more people. So I think you will be able to meet more people. I think your chances of a spiritual union with somebody or meeting somebody is going to greatly, vastly improve if you're single. When you are able to start, when this break comes, when you start seeing that ease of finances. So whoa, my apologies, my goodness. Excuse me, 1 second. Whoops, okay. My bad, sorry about that. Okay, so how about the 6 of Wands? Obstacles and challenges. Okay, so I think that this is you overcoming those obstacles and challenges. And the reason I say that is because this is the 6 of Wands, which is you moving forward, you're making progress, opportunities. Okay, so I do feel like this is where you start to flex that authority. Okay, and you start to overcome those obstacles and challenges. And in fact, it is possible that someone that you meet could help you with that. And they may end up being your spiritual, counterpart, somebody that you have a nice tie with. Let's see what we've got on this 4 of Swords in reverse. Trapped in fear. This is in reverse, okay? You're working away, right? You are no longer trapped in fear. This is where you were up here, but it's right under you flexing your authority. Because you are able to now work away. You may have been without a job for a while, or you may have been in a job that you felt was dead end and just wasn't even enough to pay your bills. You may have been in a job where you were a self-employed person and the work just wasn't coming in. But now that you are able to work, now that you are not sitting still, stagnant, you are no longer trapped in fear. With that coming above the reversal card there, that lets me know that you are able now to breathe a sigh of relief again. And that goes along with all these other cards. You're able to overcome those. This 8 of Pentacles, partnerships and alliances, and that's coming under your spiritual union. So again, I do feel like there are going to be people that you might collaborate with or might work with, or may even just meet in your work here while you're working away. Okay, so if you're out and about, if it's a new job, new coworkers you might meet, make partnerships and alliances with. If you are taking on a new job that is like your own business, or you are freelancing or doing independent contracting, I think you're going to meet some partnerships and alliances that are going to be very lucrative for you, and maybe one of them even a spiritual connection for you. And it's definitely going to be lucrative for you because your next card is that 9 of Pentacles. So keep your eyes out though, because there could be someone in there that is more than just a work colleague. They could have spiritual connections for you, but let's keep checking on this. So base chakra. Base chakra is your worldly goods, the things you want. And with that 9 of Pentacles, that is telling me that you will no longer have to worry about your base chakras. You will be able to afford the things that you need, okay? You may have been very stressed back here. You may have been very worried. That may be why at one point you were holding so tight to your funds. You just really you felt like you couldn't afford necessities, bare necessities. You were barely making the rent type of situation. But now that's not going to be a worry for you anymore, because you have your base chakra is intact. It's full. It's abundant. You have the 9 of Pentacles here. You are going to be able to get the things you need and want. And that's going to be a huge load off your shoulders. So everything is conspiring in your favor, as it were. Let's get some more clarifiers here. So on this 6 of Swords in reverse and authority, wisdom, okay? So this is telling me that what you need to do though, before you do anything authoritative, before you threaten to quit a job, before you threaten to go anywhere, before you strike out on your own, before you leave a relationship, is just do your research, do your due diligence, make sure that you are set and prepared to go do that next thing, to leave that relationship, to do whatever you're doing. Don't just haphazardly jump into anything. Just be prepared. And as long as you do your due diligence and you are prepared, you are going to be just fine. Everything is flowing in a positive abundance direction and showing me that things are going to get better, going on the up and up here for you. Again, time-wise, end of March, April, could even be, through the spring, especially if you are somebody who's, a contractor type person, independent contractor that does, work that gets better over weather time. As the weather gets better, it may get better. So 4 of Pentacles, spiritual union, self-reflection. And this is telling me that this person, okay, that I feel like you're going to meet as a business, I feel like you're going to meet them as a business person, to be honest with you. I feel like they're going to be one of your partnership alliance situations as a business person. I don't necessarily feel like they're going to approach you again. Like I still say that. I still feel that I don't feel like they're going to approach you like as a date up front, like, ask you out right off the bat. I feel like it's more going to be through a business type of situation. However, I feel like that you're going to feel a spiritual union with them in some regard because they are a self-reflection of you. So this person is going to be very, very much like you. You're going to see how much you have in common. And because you have so much in common, that is why it will blossom into more than just a business relationship. That's what I think is really happening here. Again, I don't see that person just being somebody who just pops up as a love card all of a sudden, or a love person or just a relationship out of nowhere. How about this? Obstacles and challenges over the 6 of Wands, and it's action. And again, action is the 6 of Wands card. It is movement forward. It is opportunities. And it is telling you when you take that action with those opportunities, with that 6 of Wands, then you're going to be able to overcome any obstacles or challenges because you are already on that path. You have these opportunities. You just have to take them, okay? You have to take them. If you do not, if you let obstacles or challenges get in your way, okay, you won't be able to move forward. You'll just be sitting there doing the same thing. But again, that's going to lead back to here, your wisdom, okay? So again, make sure you do your research and know your stuff. As long as you know your stuff, you're not going to be scared by any obstacles or challenges because you're going to know enough to just push right through it. Anytime an opportunity comes up, you're going to know if it's a good one or a bad one. You're going to know everything you need to know about it to take it or not before you even think twice about it. How about down here, this trapped in fear over top of the 4 of Swords in reverse, the unexpected. And again, here, I think you're working away and you're no longer trapped in fear, and it's the unexpected. And the reason I think that is because I think you're going to have more work than you know what to do with, or you're going to be able to have more opportunity with this 6 of Wands being what leads into that, then you really know what to do with. You're going to be kind of shocked at how all of a sudden you've gone from feast or famine to feast rather. It's kind of going to be shocking to you, but it's going to be a pleasant shocking because you are, you're ready to work. You're ready to get out of this funk and fear and what have you, so that you can move forward in a good, positive way financially and not have to stress and worry. You're over that. You're done with that. You just don't want to deal with it anymore. And, you're working away here with this 8 of Pentacles and your partnerships and alliances. And I think that unexpected is going to be the unexpected partnerships and alliances. Again, that's that right back to the 6 of Wands. These are the opportunities and the people coming in, I think, that you're not expecting. And they are going to be the ones to really get you to places. So keep your eyes open. Make sure you've got all your study done up here about everything and know the right people that you want to kind of network with, because that's key. They always say it's not what you know, but who you know. I say it's both. So know both. But what do we have here? Partnerships and alliances over this 8 of Pentacles, and you've got creation. So when you put that together, when you put hard work and the right people, the connections, and partnerships and alliances together, you put hard work and connections together, you can create anything, okay? In this case, you're going to create quite a bit of abundance, quite a bit of money, it looks like. So again, know who to know and know what to know. I say know both, because when you can put some hard work together, and it does look like you're putting some hard work into it, when you don't mind plugging away at the work and you've got the right people in your corner, you can make some bank. So we've got some 9 of Pentacles here and the base chakra. What have we got to go with it? Acceptance, okay? So I think this is finally it's kind of like finally your ending card, as far as you have finally accepted that you have gotten to a point where you don't have to worry anymore. This may be where you finally got all your bills caught up. You've finally been able to get something new that you needed or wanted, maybe buy a new car that you needed, or buy a new, pay off a credit card you've been struggling with for the longest time, or whatever it may be. But I do feel like this is where you finally accept that you've kind of made it out of this doldrum, this darkness back here that you were in, stressful wise, financially. So I do feel like it's coming. It's definitely coming, but it is going to take some hard work on your part, and it's going to take some connections. So make sure you're keeping your eyes open. Make sure when somebody approaches you, you know who you can trust, who you can't, and you know who's in the know and who's the right person. Know who to know. So this is Spirit's advice down here. These 3, we'll kind of just get these to kind of give you a little bit of extra assistance here if you need any help making decisions, that kind of thing. So this one says, this is not your practice life, just decide. So again, this is telling you right here, you need to keep working, but you have to decide. And I think this goes perfect with your authority card. Okay. And you're coming back into something, you're making a change, you're moving away from something to come back into something here. Okay. And that's all the catalyst. That's what starts all this. So again, it's telling you, if you want something new to happen, you're going to have to assert your authority. You're going to have to make a change. Okay. And that's fact. I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over and expect a different result, right? Everybody knows that. So I think this is just further, confirmation that you need to, decide what you want to do and stick to it. And then you're going to have to establish your authority on that. And then do your research, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into before you assert your dominance and authority, but then do it and stick to it. And that's lining up perfectly with that. So this one says, things are not what they seem. You are only trapped by your illusion. So again, this one up here is saying, you know what, you've been stressed about money, but you're starting to be able to let go, because now you can work yourself away, but you still don't feel like, until this very end card, I don't feel like you accept that yet. I feel like until this very end card, I don't feel like you ever get to a place where you 100% feel like you're out of the woods. I just don't feel like that. I feel like you're working. You're just going to keep doing that because, you feel like until you get to a point, there's something that you consider having made it. Something in your mindset, whatever it may be, whether it's like paying off that credit card, buying that new car, buying a new house, whatever it may be, until you feel like, you've done that specific thing. I don't feel like you feel like you've made it. And so I feel like this is going to kind of stick with you, but it's also going to help you in some regard because it's going to drive you. And that's not a bad thing. Okay. So I do think that that's the case, but don't be afraid of it. Regardless, go back to this and just remember, whatever you decide, stick to it. Make sure you know your business, know what you're doing, do your studies, stick to it, and go. And then this one says, forgiveness will set you free. What do you need to do to forgive yourself? Okay, so here again, this may be where you have to accept that maybe you got yourself into some debt, perhaps. Maybe you got yourself into a place where you had to work this hard to get out of it because you've been stressed for so long, but now you are out of it. So you've forgiven yourself because you got to a place of acceptance, okay? But it's going to take a lot of work on your part to get there. So I do think you're going to get there. You're for sure going to get to a place where you are going to hit your goal, whatever that goal is to you. And I know we all have something different that we figure is making it. We all have that. But once you feel like you've got that, once you feel like you've hit whatever your first goal is, or second goal is, or third goal is, or whatever, I feel like you will be able to forgive yourself for whatever you did to get yourself in a position that you didn't have that you didn't have that already, or whatever. So I think everything is going to be moving in a wonderfully positive direction, but it is going to take some hard work, and it is going to take some help connections wise, but I think all that's coming for you, so I don't think that's a problem. Just put your nose to the grindstone and hit it, and you're going to come out on top for sure, abundance wise. So anyway, I hope this was a good reading for you. I hope it did resonate with you. If it did, please do like, subscribe, share, all of that good stuff. I would greatly appreciate it. If not, check out one of the other signs in your chart. Otherwise, I hope to see you back at the weekend for your weekend energy reading. Bye.